Hello healers, Mihaela. I'm on the roll today. I just finished a interview with Paula Ivy. I hope you guys take time to watch that one. It's all about understanding selfies or redefining selfies, where you begin to use them as a springboard to your self-care, one way to reconnect with your body, so you actually find another way to, or motivation to take care of yourself, to make better choices that serve the whole of you. And one big part of the whole of you is your body. Anyway, today I want to talk with you. Hey, Ashley, great for seeing you, girl. I want to talk with you my results from yesterday's pineapple experiment. So if you guys have been following me, you know that this whole year, since January, more strict, but November, now I have 1 year anniversary since I actually, for the first time, tried. Good morning, beautiful. Thank you for coming live. And if you have any questions, let me know. Post them below. So it's a 1 year anniversary since trying the carnivore diet. What does it mean? I eliminate all plant foods from my diet. I would say about 90%. Why? Personally, because that was the only thing that helped me resolve my lifelong chronic constipation. You probably heard this story a million times. I'll remind you in case you are new to my work. The reason I became interested in how foods affect my body is because I was early in my 20s diagnosed with a medical condition called megacolon, large intestine, sluggish large intestine. And the solution for me was surgery to reduce the size of my colon so I can have normal bowel movements, not one every 7 to 10 days. So imagine for 27 years I've been on a quest to figure out how to eat to improve my bowel function so I wouldn't have to have surgery or end up with colon cancer due to the fact that I would not evacuate, which we know pooping is part of getting rid of waste that the body doesn't need. So if we keep trash in our gut, we can only expect that something bad can happen at one point. Diverticulitis, diverticulosis, appendicitis, colitis, cancer. Colon cancer. So that was my driving force behind all my dietary experiments. So I tried the high fiber diets, then I eliminated all animal foods, I was raw vegan, I was cooked vegan, vegetarian. Long story short, today, this year, I finally had the answer. When I eliminated completely all fiber, all plants from my diet, I began to have bowel movements on my own. For me, this was mind-blowing because we are taught that fiber is required for healthy bowel function. Yet, there's a good percentage of the population that fiber is not beneficial for. And I'm one of them. Anyway, so now, at this stage in my life and healing journey, I am sold on the carnivore. It works for me. Do I still love vegetables? Yes. If I begin to eat one, yeah. Like yesterday, I'll tell you what happened yesterday. I can't say I hate vegetables. I still like vegetables. However, because of the way they make me feel and the way it affects my gut, I rewired my brain so I don't desire them. I don't suffer by not eating the vegetables. Do I occasionally have plant foods? Yes. I have more often this whole year, if I had any plants, were nuts and fruits. Any other vegetables like cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, those are the ones that if I have tiny bits, I get very gassy, very bloated, very uncomfortable in my gut. Carrots are still okay, cooked carrots, mushrooms, not too bad, avocado, not too bad. But by and large, I excluded all of this from my diet. And the gut feels fabulous. I've been posting pictures of the appearance of my gut, the way I feel, of course, bowel movements, energy, skin. A lot of things are improving. However, now I am wearing this device, Freestyle Libre, for 14 days to monitor my blood glucose. Right now, 92. So I've done 3 solid days on carnivore, the monitoring. Blood glucose, beautiful, very stable. It doesn't go high, doesn't go too low. It just stays beautifully stable into the body reaches homeostasis when relies on its own supply and based on demand, not having to deal with external source of glucose. The only time it goes up is high intensity exercise. So yesterday, I did my one of my higher intensity exercise at the zoo with the obstacle courses and zip lines, and the blood glucose I did not test during the exercise because I didn't want to take the meter with me on the course to lose it or something, but at the end it was, I think, 123, 125, so it was the normal curve I experienced when I did my high intensity exercise here at home. Very normal because of the counter-regulatory hormones that are kicked in, like endorphins, adrenaline, cortisol, all of them are rising slightly. They communicate with the liver and tell the liver, you need to produce more glucose because there's not enough for the demand that the body has right now. So the blood glucose goes down by endogen production through glycogenolysis, breaking down of glycogen, as well as gluconeogenesis, the 2 states. Plus, the body, of course, burns fat as fuel and produces more ketones during this high intensity, higher demand for energy. So it came down very rapidly back into the 80s, 90s. Then, at lunch, I had my usual meal. I had and I weighed it, 10 ounces of homemade burger, half beef, half pork. Felt fabulous. Stomach was good. Blood sugar was good, was all there in between 80 and 90. And then I had as a snack pineapple. I would say about a cup of pineapple. Loved it. If I would say I didn't love it, I would lie. I still love fruits and sweets, of course. Then I continued to monitor my blood glucose, and I had a normal blood glucose response, what is considered normal for a non-diabetic person. So the blood glucose within an hour was at 126, I believe. It went as high as 132 in like an hour and a half, and then it started to come back down. When it reached about 100, which was maybe, no, I can't remember exactly, but about 2 hours later, yeah, because at 6 o'clock, so I ate the pineapple around 6 o'clock, so the blood sugar was back to like 100. I had cabbage. I cooked cabbage, and let me tell you, I loved every bite of it. I still love cabbage and Brussels sprouts. If it's something in the vegetable families that I love, and it's a Romanian recipe that I loved in childhood, and I'm loving it now. So anyway, I did not have cabbage at least since last year, I don't know, October or November. So I had cooked cabbage yesterday. I would say at least a cup, if not a cup and a half of cooked cabbage. Blood glucose didn't, stayed around the same, 100 and 104 with the cabbage. And then also, after the cabbage, shortly after, like almost, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes after, I ate homemade ice cream. I made yesterday ice cream for my son, heavy cream, eggs, lemon juice, honey, and date syrup. Didn't put too much sweetener because I don't make the desserts very sweet. They can always add extra if they want more. And a little bit of that pineapple juice. When I ate the pineapple, I added some pineapple juice in there for the flavor. And it had some milk in the recipe. So overall, the ice cream was, I would say, medium carb. Was not a low carb because of the milk in it that added the carb, and of course the honey plus date syrup, maybe altogether 3 tablespoons in the entire amount. But I ate 3 ounces, and we still have lots of ice cream. So I didn't calculate how much I had. Doesn't matter. Maybe I had 15, 20 grams of carbs from that. Didn't make up that. It did not cause a spike in the blood glucose, which makes total sense because it's a lot of fat in it. There's more fat and protein from the egg than it was carbs in that ice cream. So the glycemic response was mild. So in terms of, so the conclusion of all this is that in terms of doing this, I have no idea why sometimes this headset goes off. So in terms of glycemic impact, I manage it all well. Even the pineapple, even the ice cream, even, well, the cabbage I didn't expect to cause a spike. However, you guys, the bigger problem that I had was my stomach. It was like on a spasm. It became like, I wish I took pictures. It was distended and hard like a rock. And it hurt. It literally hurt. So I stopped eating at 6, I think, or 6:30. No, 6, when my boys went swimming. That's when I closed my eating. And at 10 o'clock when I was doing my last readings and the sugar was around 80. So the blood sugar, so here is how we can understand that healing, health and healing with foods and lifestyle is not a single track path. It's multidimensional. It's metabolic health, which has to do with the glycemic control, with the availability of fuel to the body. Then it's gut health and how we digest and absorb nutrients. It's immunologic health, how what foods interact with the immune system, in what way, and how it leads to inflammation in the body. Is at least those three, when like big ones in terms of food. So is metabolic, is gut, and is immunologic. That in fact this is on my diagram of healing with foods as well. So it always goes back to the same conclusion. So let's say I can handle that amount. I can eat normal. Like yesterday was normal eating. I had meat, I had vegetables, and I had fruits, and even I had dessert. Right? What's considered normal for most people. I could handle that. I don't know if I could handle it every day, but let's say occasionally I could handle this normal way of eating from a metabolic point of view. However, if I look at my gut, the gut health, I've suffered last night. And I don't think it was mental. I don't think I induced that suffering because I said, oh my God, I had cabbage. How am I going to feel? No, I literally, my stomach hurt. I was burping a lot. It was hard like a rock and painful. And of course, was nothing to do. I just had to wait for the digestion to take place and I hope that in the morning I will feel better. Not only that, but overnight I had sweats. I had night sweat. I woke up drenched in sweat. Yes, FODMAPs. That's why, to me, those are FODMAPs, elimination diets. They are like complicated. Oh, I eliminate nightshades, I eliminate oxalates, I eliminate lectins, I eliminate glutens, I eliminate FODMAPs. Forget it. Eliminate them all and clean the slate and let your body heal, and then try to reintroduce to see how you feel with what you eat. But then the night sweats, guys. So I'm 47 years old. I'm perimenopausal. My cycles, it's already irregular. I get it 28 days, I get it 50 days. It's not, I'm not having regular cycles already. And it's normal because I'm approaching menopausal. My mom, at this age, she was already in menopause. So genetically, I have like an early, I guess, programming to enter menopause. I have friends that are 50-something and they still have regular cycles. That's not my case. However, I do not have hot flashes. I don't have mood swings, none of that. But last night, guess what? I was drenched in sweat. And I can only attribute that to the foods I ate yesterday that interfere with my body's energy production, hormonal balance, whatever it was. I had night sweats. And guess what? I don't hear this from one of my clients. I hear from every woman I work with, which is in this group age. I suffer from hot flashes. We start reducing of, fine-tuning the diet that minimizes simple sugars for sure. Some go even on the carnivore, and night sweats go away. Not only night sweats, sweating, hot flashing goes away. Like they say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I don't suffer from hot flashes anymore. And it happens within weeks, like in less than a month. They report that. And now I had the experiment last night. I couldn't believe. I woke up, I even tested my blood sugar. The blood sugar it was I think at 3 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't, let's do another scan. 92, see, very stable. Now it's back to very stable. It wasn't very, let me see if I can, so it was, I think 3 o'clock in the morning, 7. So in the morning was 80 something. Look, I had 75 or either it was midnight, 75, or, yeah, I think that was the one. Let's see. No, 4:46 a.m. I think that's when I woke up. Either at midnight or 4:46. One of those, so I can't remember now because I went back to sleep. But blood sugar was normal, 75, 84, 79. So it wasn't like blood sugar induced like very high or very low. It was definitely food induced. That's how I considered that. So what else? So the stomach, I suffered. So digestion suffered. Hormonal health, I would say suffered because I got night sweats. And other than that, the whole experience was, what would I say, not worth it. I'm glad to see that metabolically I'm back to nice normal responses, because I'm sure 2 years ago I would have had a different blood glucose response. I feel like doing the carnivore and giving a rest to my pancreas from having to deal with external glucose definitely reset, rebalanced, recalibrated my pancreas ability, function to release insulin and glucagon, the two important hormones in blood glucose management. However, again, it's a reinforcement to me that is not worth for me to put vegetables back in, or fruits, and especially at this age start to go through hot flashes and have digestive issues over a vegetable. It's just not worth it. So that's my update. So to summarize, food is healing with food is multidimensional. It's not only your glucose level, it's not only your gut health, it's not only immunologic health, they're all together, and then it's how you feel, mind, body. For me, it's not worth it. What I experienced last night was not worth the pleasure I got from eating that cabbage and the pineapple. The ice cream, I will continue to have that kind of ice cream because it's super low. If I use honey, a little bit of carb from the honey and just the heavy cream and the eggs, it's fine. Occasionally, I'm okay with eating that. It does not have a negative impact on the way I feel and perform. That's it. Stay tuned. I don't know what I'm going to experiment with today. I know on my list to experiment are nuts because I still love nuts, and I'm just curious to see how the glycemic response to nuts is. I don't expect it to be bad. And of course, dark chocolate is on the list because I still love my chocolate. I probably will experiment with other fruits and vegetables, but I have to give myself at least 1 or 2 days to recover from yesterday so I can do more experimentation. And I have, let's see how many days I have left. So 92. Blood sugar is beautifully stable. I love seeing this. I have 10 more days of experimentation, and I will definitely use those to maximum to learn more about my body and to share with you. So far we covered exercise, the different effect of exercise based on intensity. We covered like high absorbable sugar from fruits, right? This natural sugar doesn't matter. It will spike your blood glucose. And if you don't have good insulin sensitivity and good functioning pancreas, you can expect to have very high and very low drops afterwards. We covered, of course, the gut health and hormonal health. Like especially if you listening to this right now are perimenopausal or menopausal and you suffer from hot flashes, call me now. I'll be happy to take you in the 1 month. If you don't want to go with 3 months coaching because it overwhelms you, give yourself 1 month of private coaching that includes the 10-day detox program / carnivore. We decide which one fits best your needs and see what happens. I have, I think 3 spots open. left for this month for this 1-month private coaching program. It's $900 with $200 off right now because I'm doing a special for November. This special ends at the end, like November 30th. So if you suffer from hot flashes, hormonal dysregulation, or cravings, lack of energy, anything that you would like to reset your body, message me. Actually, I can even put the link below. So those of you that know you want to do this, 3 more spots for this month for the private detox. It's not it's like a 1-month private coaching that includes the detox and gives you lifetime access to the detox, which is going to be as a group in January. But if you want to do it now, now's the time. Thanks so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see your reflections on what you heard from this one, your experience, any questions you have, and come back for more because I will be sharing about this ongoing until the experiment is over. Have a great one and talk to you soon.